Of course, the week I'm finally caught up, we get a fucking cliffhanger. What are the odds? 5 episodes in, and they nail us with that massive fucking cliffhanger. This episode felt like 5 minutes, when in actuality it was 25 minutes. That's unfair. That's cruel. I want more. I don't want to wait the week. Oh. When that huge-ass Kabane, that black smoke Kabane, rose out of the boiler room after it exploded and everything, and that thing is huge fucking enormous. And it... You're killing me. You're fucking killing me, Wit Studio. Don't get me wrong. I'd say it's fairly obvious at this point, 5 episodes in, 5 reviews in, that I am in love with Kabaneri or Iron Fortress. I love the characters, the plot, the animation, the music, the art style. I love it all. But do you need to throw that fucking cliffhanger on us? God damn it. Alright. I'll save that towards the end of the video now. It's really good to see that our Kabaneri, our 2 unique existence characters, Mumei and Koma, are being slowly integrated into the train human society and everything. The people on the train are being less discriminatory. We don't see the purple cloak guys who are like, throw them off, let's kill them, incite people to make violence against them and all that. We don't see them at all this episode. And surely enough, there are going to be people who have doubts in the back of their mind who can't fully trust them because they're not human. They've already been infected, but they stopped the virus, but the virus is still in them. So there will be people with doubts, and I expect that we might have more doubts voiced as more survivors join up, because they went to the whatever station, starts with a Y, to resupply, but they couldn't get in. They managed to find some survivors, but as more survivors join in, they're not going to have the same level of trust or experience with the Kabaneri that the original group does, so they're probably going to be a lot more fearful and basically how they were before they had proven themselves multiple times. So that is the only downside of that. But I really like how they've gotten to the point where they're basically letting them do whatever they want. You have Mumei is playing with, interacting with the children, and she's in the main car with all the people and all that, and she's beating up the people who start commotions and everything because they're annoying her and they're scaring the children. And you have Ikoma, who they basically let tinker with their weapons, along with the inventor, engineer guy who was working on the repairs when they had stopped and everything. He was able to reproduce the jet bolts and everything for the regular guns, so they have more piercing power, and now they can actually kill Kabane themselves instead of just knocking them off the train or knocking them down. And he also tampered with Kurisu's sword that had broke. He put the iron cage that usually surrounds a Kabane's heart on it, so now it's a lot more durable, and it looks exactly like it does in the opening. So Kurisu's going to actually be able to kill them with that sword. Badass. Bad fucking ass. I really do love the level of trust they have for them now. The respect, how they treat them as normal people, even though they're not. And we finally got at least a tad bit of what we've been wanting for. We got a small glimpse into Mumei's past. And we also kind of find out her brother, I don't know if it's older or younger, I believe it's older maybe? He is kind of cruel. He'll dispose of her if she goes soft and everything. He won't hesitate to get rid of her if she starts faltering, and she's kind of gotten soft. It's that classic cliche of, I'm a hardened killer, but as soon as I start interacting with friends, I'm going to go soft on my senses, and attacks and everything are going to get a bit dull. Because this guy named Enoku, who used to be the ear for the young master, we have still yet to find out his name, but he reports that the shoguns, where they're heading now, the main place, Kongukaku and everything, where the shoguns are, have been gathering weapons. It was like 20 days ago, but they were stockpiling weapons not meant for killing Kabane, but for killing humans. So that they mean to plan to wage war on another, probably station, or maybe conquer another country. We don't know that. We don't know exactly what they're gathering for, but that raises a flag of an alarm, because if they're gathering weapons to kill humans, what are they going to do when the train arrives? Now, in Mumei's past and everything, she has a very brief flashback, but it shows someone maybe like her mother or her sister or a very close friend They were shot. They weren't turning into Kabane. No, they were kneeling. They were forced to kneel, and a gun was put to the back of their head, and they were shot right before her. So that obviously screwed her up, and maybe it was part of a consequence, or maybe her older brother ordered it as a consequence because she didn't follow his order or something like that, or maybe she was kidnapped by her older brother and they killed her guardian. That could have been her guardian. Now, after receiving Enoku's warning saying if you falter, he'll get rid of you and everything, and apparently Enoku had like a falling out with Young Master or something because Young Master doesn't trust him as much anymore. I'm really curious what happened between them, but here's the thing. This caused Mumei... Okay, our characters, they were taking 2 steps forward, they were progressing and getting friendly with everyone there, but now Mumei's taking 3 steps back. She doesn't want to fight with anyone, she doesn't want to go along with Ikoma's whole plan, she doesn't want to be a coward, she's basically reset, she wants to prove she's strong, which she really is, she's a fucking badass, and she reconfirms that this episode when she charges into the boiler room, which was against Ikoma's plan, saying, that is the nest of the Kabane, don't charge in there. Avoid it. Do not go there. And she goes, heh, it's going to be faster if we go there. And she just charges in and slaughters all of them in the boiler room. So, she's kind of got it hard-headed a little bit, and now she doesn't care about death as much. She's not as sentimental or willing to say, oh, it's okay, he died because, etc., like, trying to be nice and everything. She's more, I'm going to do what I want, you do whatever you want. I am my own person. I just live to fight Kabane. I am the claw that cuts through Kabane. And to show it even further, she had gotten friendly with the kids and everything. And the kids really like her. She loves kids. So it kind of fucked her up a little bit when she found out the pregnant lady she killed was pregnant, of course. But she loves kids, and it was shown that they love interacting with her. But when she found out the dog had died, she goes, it's a little lucky, huh? What's wrong? What good is a dog when it has a broken leg? So, what she basically has done kind of regressed. She took 2 steps back while Ikoma took 2 steps forward, which is a real shame. I hope it doesn't continue on. I hope she actually stays friendly with them, like they get closer and closer and actually become real friends, someone they can depend upon and someone she can depend upon. I really hope that. Now, what do you think happened in Mumei's past? I'm really curious. Hopefully we do get more like in the next episode or a couple episodes ahead. I'm really glad that they decided to tease us a little bit with that, but it's also still kind of mean of them. It's just like, hey, yeah, look it, what you've been wanting. Whoop! You didn't grab it. Now, I do want to point out, we've seen in multiple shots where you have these Kabane in the distance and they're kind of glowing orange because their hearts are glowing and all that, and you can kind of spot them in the distance. But at this station when they pulled in, because Ikoma was going to reset the boiler and light it up so they could use the crane to lift up a broken water tower that had gotten mangled and crushed on top of the track so they could go in and check and resupply. Here's the thing. For some reason, it was far enough down when they were running across that there was a huge-ass shadow, but the shadow was Kabane. And it took binoculars to find out they were Kabane. So they were not glowing for some reason. They were not easily identifiable. And killing all the Kabane in the boiler room kind of pissed them off, and they started climbing up and everything. They climbed up the boiler tower, and it was a huge fucking swarm. And that was fucking terrifying. Again, they're nightmare fuel. And shortly after that, Ikoma had abandoned lifting the crane, which prevented the train from stopping. It had to stop right in front of the water tower and everything that he was using to lift the crane and all that, to go get Mumei, who Mumei was fighting these Kabane head-on, and her time limit was almost up. She was about to fall asleep and everything, and she got her ass kicked by this, like, fighting boxing one, which is really damn cool, by the way, and she got thrown over the cliff, and Ikoma abandoned the crane to go and get her. And that's when the black smoke Kabane came out. It exploded the boiler room, the entire building thing, and it came out. And this thing is fucking huge. You have like the ground that's way down here, and here's the tracks. It stood taller than the tracks. So that explains how it was able to go over the wall so quickly. I'm really curious if there's survivors in the actual town, but from what we've seen, how are they going to fight it? Is it all just one giant Kabane, or is it Kabane on top of a giant Kabane, and maybe that gives it the shadowy appearance? What's it going to do? Is it going to attack the train next episode? Because the train is in pretty clear sight. It's slightly hidden by the broken water tower. But even how did it get into the boiler room? I'm curious about that as well. I do recall, like last review maybe, that I wanted more variations. I wanted to know more. And if this is a variation and there's more than one of these in the world, they're fucked. How do you even kill that thing? Because, just going to proportions, its heart is not going to be human size. No, it's going to be giant size. But the cage is also going to be a lot bigger. So I'm willing to bet the skin around the cage and all that is going to be a lot harder. So I doubt they could kill it through simple means. If anything, they'll have to run. Or somehow, by some miracle, knock it down, and before it can get back up, drive the train past at full speed. And even then, it would follow them into the city, so where do they go? Next episode's gonna be really fucking hectic, but I fucking loved this episode. That cliffhanger is killer. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Check out Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, episode 5. I'm glad I'm finally caught up. This is Outright Stationer signing off. So, have a good day, watch lots of anime, read lots of manga. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good one.